problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.
In the real world, period. But without further ado, man, let's jump into it. Let's go to the number 4 team in the country right now. Surprisingly, like we did not see this at all, man. You know, and I know one player is kind of feeling a little shitty right now, and that's Zach Evans, who transferred from TCU to go to Ole Miss, but he's still in a good position, and we're going to cover that too. But we're talking about the TCU Horned Frogs, number 4 in the playoff bracket, taking on the Baylor Bears. This game is going down at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time at McLane Stadium in Waco, Texas. The TCU Horned Frogs are 10-0 on the year, 8-1-1 against the spread. And number guys, they've been just battling it out, having tough games, but they get all that matters is that dub at the end of the day. They'll be taking on the Baylor Bears, who are 6-4 on the year, 6-4 against the spread. Now, this line did open up in favor of TCU -2, and that line has not moved. It moved a little bit. It's now sitting at -2.5 in favor of them. The total opened up at 57, and right now that line is still at 57. So let's kind of keep this thing moving. Real quick, let's get to these actual factuals for the Horned Frogs. Like I said, 8-1-1 against the spread in the last 10 games. The over has hit 6 out of the last 9 games. They are 10-0 straight up in the last 10 games. 12-13 against the spread in the last 15 games against Baylor. 6-1 straight up in the last 7 games against Baylor. 5-0 straight up in the last 5 games on the road. 5-0 against the spread in the last 5 games when playing on the Baylor. 7-0 straight up in the last 7 games against a Big 12 conference opponent. Baylor Bears, they are 13-6 in the last 19 games against the spread. The overs hit 6 out of the last 7. They are 14-5 straight up in the last 19 games. The overs also hit 5 out of the last 6 games against TCU, but they are 10-2 straight up in the last 12 games at the crib, but 0-5, like I said earlier, against the spread when playing at the crib against TCU. 1-4 against the spread, 1-4, straight up in the last 5 games when played in week 12, but they are 8-3 against the spread in the last 11 games when they play on a Saturday. Now, injury reports right now for TCU: Quincy Brown, wide receiver, he is out indefinitely, and running back Tay McWilliams, he is questionable for this game this week. Last time we saw TCU, they beat Texas as an underdog, 7, which was one of my plays. They won 17-10 outright, and Baylor Bears dropped. This was, man, they did not show up. Maybe they were looking ahead this game. They lost at the crib against Kansas State 31-3. With that all being said, Baylor Bears against the number 1 team in the playoff rankings right now, the TCU Horned Frogs. Marley, what's your play, my boy?
Yeah, man, Baylor's been really disappointing this season. I think we both picked them to win the Big 12, maybe. I'm not sure. No, I think you picked them.
I know you picked them, but I think I went Oklahoma.
Yeah, who did Big 12 with us? Whoever did Big 12 with us, I think we both picked Baylor. But anyway, let's focus on TCU because shit, that's who deserves our attention. So, like we already know, man, like you said earlier, number 4 ranked team in the country. They already got a spot in the Big 12 championship game locked in. So they just playing right now. I don't think TCU, we're going to get the best version of TCU every week just because they know what's at stake. They win, they're in. They lose, it's over. So I'm riding with TCU. I mean, not only just because of the sense of urgency that they're going to play with, but obviously the offense has been dealing. And Duggan has been, 25 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions all year. They're averaging 40 points a game, and the defense only giving up 25. I don't think Baylor, I don't think they looked ahead. How can you look ahead against the number 19 ranked team at the time because your house to play? Who are you looking ahead? I mean, I know TCU is ranked 4, but that's no look at. To me, that's not a look ahead game. Like, you should be focused on Kansas State. And with that focus, you still only put up 3 points. I know that's unlikely to see that against this week, but we saw TCU's defense hold UT offense and Robinson to 17 points that game. I don't think that was an admiration. Although they haven't been playing that well all season, but they're only giving up 25 points a game. Actually, both teams are giving up 25.2 points per game. So I'm gonna ride with TCU here. I think as much as Duggart has been playing, Kendre Miller, the running back, he has been shining for TCU. I think he has 5 games consecutive of 100 yards, 7 out of 8. He rushed for over 100, and I believe he has a touchdown in like 11 straight games. So not only are they throwing the ball on everybody, like he is running on everybody. So KB, I know about time, bro. Yeah, we know. We back though. We in this bitch. So I'm all over TCU here. I'm gonna take the money line though. You know our little rule when it's 3, 2.5, 2. We just money line it. Fuck it. I'm not trying to stress out over no 1.2 points, even though it doesn't really come down to that a lot. But just for my sanity, I'm a money line that boy. And I lean over. I don't have official play on it just yet, but it's only because I don't know what Baylor's gonna do offensively. I know TCU is probably gonna give me close to 30. If not in the high 20s, but can't say what Baylor's going to do as far as total goes. But I like TCU on the money line.
All right. Excuse me. I'm right there with you, man. Though I am scared, and this is a spot play.
I think it's fishy.
This is definitely a spot play, but I think from the strength and conditioning coach to the head coach, Sonny, to the DC, to the OC, to the players, they understand that, man, we hold our own destiny right now. We're at the 4 spot right now. We can't do anything but win. Okay.
All right.
3 and number 2, they got to play each other. All right. And then if everything goes right, Tennessee gonna be sliding right in if they keep it. So all they have to do is to continue winning. If they continue winning, they don't have to worry about anybody jumping them. But this does scare me. This is a spot play for Baylor. So with that being said, I'm sticking to our rule. I'm riding with TCU on the money line. Hopefully they'll come out explosive right off the back, not playing from behind because that environment can get a little up there. Baylor is a defensive-minded team. They do play tough, but man, after that 31-3 shellacking against Kansas State last week, I don't know. How are they going to feel about that? Is there some grumbles in the background in the locker room? Is there some unsatisfied coaches right now? We don't know, but TCU holds their own destiny right now, and with that, I'm going to ride TCU on the money line. So that is my official play. Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I am the coach. That is Marley Bets. We are Brothas N Bets, and we appreciate you boys tuning in. Shout out to everybody who's been following us from day one.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.